Welcome everybody to the Right Before Christmas awesome holiday Great News Weekly with your host, Jenny Craig Brown and GreatNews.Life. So come on in, join me. I hope you guys are as festive as I am right now. Let's make sure of that. Grab your lunch and spend some time with us for some exciting pre-holiday awesome news. That's what we're here for. So if you've never tuned in, we are exclusively positive news, and we want to share that with you. So we go live every Wednesday on NWI.life Facebook page to share all the great news with you, and Valpo.life Facebook page and YouTube. So you can find us kind of everywhere if you want to watch live. If you can't watch live, come back later, watch the pin post on our Facebook pages. And if you prefer, we also upload this into podcast land, and you can watch or listen in podcast world, either Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you watch and listen, tune in. Make sure you get your good news with us every single week. And this week we have tons of good news. So I'm going to jump right in for you guys. I have an update. So if you guys watched last week, we had an exclusive interview with Santa, and he passed along a recent update. So Santa worked with his team, and they got 274 items donated to the Hilltop Pantry as part of their virtual Santa visits. So thank you to Santa. Thank you to Jonathan Ray and everybody who donated this holiday season. You guys truly made a difference, and we wanted to make sure you knew how much of a difference you actually made. So thank you so much to everybody that made that happen. That's a ton of stuff. So thank you so much. Next up, we are going to kick off this holiday extravaganza, if you will, with our interview that we got earlier this week with a wonderful young woman who is trying to spread some holiday cheer to all of the frontline healthcare workers possible. Check it out. Thanks for joining us, Susannah. I hear you decided to do a food donation with Northwest Health Porter. What motivated you to do this?
Well, I really wanted to find a way during the holiday season to show some support back to the people in our community that have been sacrificing more. And I've at least been happy to be, staying at home with my kids this season and, not having to worry about a lot of those stressors that they've been going through. So I thought it'd be an interesting endeavor to see what the reaction would be from friends and family, asking them to, see if they would be willing to donate to give some food to the hospital frontline workers. And I did not expect it to be that level. I was really not expecting a whole lot back. And I was thinking maybe we would end up just sending a small load to just a handful of ICU workers, but it was way more than I expected. So we can exceed that. So I kind of wanted to bring a little bit more happiness with the season to kind of lift everyone's spirits and kind of make some Christmas miracles happen, as little as they might be. As if it's just a sandwich, but if it makes somebody's day better, then why not?
Well said. Thank you so much for what you're doing. You had mentioned earlier that you were hoping to work with a local business. Have you connected with any that are going to support you?
Yes. And at first I'd reached out to a handful and I wasn't sure what I would get back. And Susie's Cafe wrote me back that afternoon that I wrote them. So I was super heartwarmed that they were so willing to step up. And it's a large amount of food that I'd be asking for. And I said, well, how much are you willing to sign up for? And they said, as much as you guys need. So it was really nice to know that they were willing to work with us as much as possible to feed as many people at the hospital as we can.
I agree. Thank you so much to Susie's. I mean, shout out to them. They're really close to our office and absolutely fantastic. So fantastic to see that they're supporting you as well. And I know that you wanted to shout out and thank everyone that's donated.
There's been a handful of people that have friends that have shared it multiple times on social media. I know my friends, Jamila and my friends Amber and Melanie, and a lot of my direct family members all stepped up and contributed some, but have either worked in the healthcare industry themselves or, have just been really sympathetic to the situation and wanted to support it. And my friend Melanie Hurley in town, we've done other kind of fundraising stuff through our little kids' school before. And so she was more than willing to step up and help. And hopefully we'll be maybe taking one of the donations for the evening shift whenever we get to that point. So she's been a great help.
That's fantastic. And so it sounds like, you've already reached and surpassed your goal. You've got the support of the community and some local restaurants, which is fantastic. With such success, are you planning on doing this more in the future?
I would love to. When I saw the amount of response, both online and offline, I got so many messages and just random people through the woodwork reaching out, and it's been a good networking connectivity too, to just see other people in the region that are just motivated to just lend a helping hand. And when you have a lot of helping hands, it makes the work a lot easier. And so, with the pandemic, this was an appropriate cause to take upon. But I come from my maternal mother's side. My grandparents on her family had started like Hilltop Neighborhood House and Project Neighbors and all these things in the community, helping low-income families. And so I would definitely love to start, doing something like that in the future, where we could find and identify other needs in our area that of people that just need a little extra help.
Well, thank you first from all of us at GreatNews.Life for being such an amazing community member, because we need more people like you every day. So thanks for all you're doing. And to the public, watch out. Susannah's doing a lot of stuff, and we need to keep an eye on her so that we can keep up and help in any way we can.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Yay! So we actually just got an update from Susannah. She's actually delivering those meals she's trying to hit all of the shifts. So she'll be delivering them tonight and tomorrow. And she also wanted to mention that she got a great partnership with Third Coast Spice Cafe, in addition to the Susie's Cafe. So they are donating and delivering 106 box meals for the evening shift. And she also wanted to thank her husband and her friend Melanie Hurley, and they're going to deliver 515 sandwiches from Susie's Cafe and Catering. So the final numbers on this, you guys, are absolutely amazing. I can't believe that she did this. This is all her own work, and really just her making this happen from a great idea. So we're blessed to have her on the show. Thank you so much. Up next, another one that we are so blessed to have, our very own lifer, Stephanie, sat down with Chef Blaque Shelton, who has been featured on many baking shows, including Netflix Sugar Rush and Food Network's The Big Bake. Check it out.
Thanks, Jenny. So I'm here today with Chef Blaque Shelton from Black Rose Pastries. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's jump right on in. Tell us, what made you decide that you wanted to become a baker?
You know what? It's so funny how I started baking. So I've always loved to cook, and I've always loved to bake, but my family always cooked for the holidays, especially my grandmother, like this elaborate meals, but nobody ever made dessert. I wanted to kind of change it up, and everybody, in my opinion, can cook, because we cook to our own palate, right? So everybody can cook, but you can't really tell me how to make dessert, right? So for me, dessert is kind of like the creative palette that allows me to get my balance, get my frustration out, be creative, and not go wrong. You eat the evidence once you're finished. So.
Definitely. I love baking myself. That's one of the things that I do for all of our family get-togethers too. So I definitely feel you on that one. So it sounds like your grandmother was probably an influencer for you in the kitchen, but as a whole, who would you say has influenced you the most in your career?
I think what motivates me the most to keep going is my son. For me, I didn't really have my dad around growing up. So for me, just engaging with him in that aspect and having him in the kitchen working alongside me, that's my inspiration. I want to make the next cake. I want to create something because I want him to be like, look, my dad is cool.
So I did see also that your ingredients are locally sourced.
Yes.
So is that everything in the kitchen all the way down to the flour, or is it just the fresh produce and stuff like that?
Yeah, really great question. So for me, I think sustainability is going to be key. I'm all about community. So right now, I'm currently a resident in Gary, Indiana, and I serve all the entire Northwest Indiana. I was originally born in Chicago, and for me, it's always about coming back home, right? And sourcing whatever you can locally from those small businesses. So I think it's really important to me to reach out to local farms, to solicit services for fresh eggs, for fresh produce, working with the Gary Food Council, and soliciting, anything locally and sustainable. Why not support the businesses that are in the community? So if I can get packaging from the local manufacturer down the street, I reach out to the manufacturer and say, hey, look, I'm local. How much is it? Let's get this done. So.
That's fantastic. I know a lot of local restaurants do that. It's kind of, from what I understand, rare to see in a bakeries.
To dairy farmers. I've just started working with a couple dairy farmers now through the Gary Food Council in order to kind of get that. Carmen McKee, especially, thank you so much for all of the fresh produce and the things that you're doing with all the farmers markets and just allowing me to create good stuff out of fresh ingredients.
Great to support local business. For sure. So down to brass tacks.
Ooh.
Sugar Rush.
Yes.
All of the online buzz,
Sugar
right?
Rush.
I love that show so much. So tell me, what was your favorite challenge that you had when you were in any of the baking shows, not just Sugar Rush?
Not just Sugar Rush. Well, I would say my most memorable is Sugar Rush. It was when they took a bite of my banana Foster cake. And you could tell throughout the competition that they were like, I don't know if this is going to work. And I'm just like, just trust me. It's going to work. And when they ate it and they started doing their dancing and closing their eyes and saying, yum, 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 this reminds me of stuff growing up with my grandmother and my great-grandmother and my family, that just hit home.
And thank you very, very much for your time. Black Rose Pastries, everyone, go get your fix for the holidays.
Yes, I'm ready for y'all. So let's get it done.
Absolutely. Back to you, Jenny.
Oh, he is such a character. It was so much fun having him. Lifer Stephanie did a fantastic job. And he's actually, I believe, watching live with us too. So what you're doing is incredible. We love having someone so talented from the region. And really, thanks for joining us. It's been so fantastic. I wanted to read some comments because we've got some fun ones, and candidly, some of them are about me. So we're going to talk about them. Dan Petrakis says, love the outfit. Listen, you guys, I bring it for the holidays. I don't do it a lot, but I do bring it for the holidays. You're welcome. We also had Chris Malman say, Jenny Craig Brown, thanks for being NWI's beacon of great news every week this year. I can't read today. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for watching. Naftalia Ruth was in mentioning the Susannah's food donation said, you're amazing. We need more people like you. I love what you're doing locally. I completely agree. Between her donating locally and Blaque sourcing so locally, we're really hitting home that kind of community feel. And that's what we're all about here. So great comment. And I think that's all. Oh, and Aubrey said that she wants to try the Cookie Monster dessert. I completely agree. It was one of my favorites of all that I had seen. It just looks so amazing. And actually, Blaque said we can check out more at www.blackrosepastries.com. Check out his work, order some of his goods. Listen, you might be late for Christmas, but New Year's is right around the corner as well, and Valentine's Day. So hit him up and get some good stuff. So we are going to cap off our Christmas extravaganza we put together a short video recap of the Lifer Christmas decorations, as well as a montage about the holiday coverage we've done this year. You guys check it out, enjoy, come back next week for more great news, and I hope you enjoy. Take care. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Happy holidays.
Hello. I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.